Island Sky Astro, a podcast that inspires the present-day visionary to live their best life. Welcome, everyone. We are going to be talking about the Gemini rising chart for March of 2023. So excited to be here with you guys. What an interesting time for all my Gemini friends. I have been just sort of eyeing over some of the stuff that's been happening in your chart, especially with Uranus being in the 12th house transit right now. That is really, really interesting. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But most importantly, we are going to be talking about this month's pulse, which has a lot to do with your career, and it's going to have a lot to do with career. It can have to do with administrative work or things that have to get done administratively. But overall, in general, it is you in the world, you stepping back out there into the world when it comes to your career and your job, when it comes to any kind of goals you have, or in general, just the 10th house oftentimes has to do with role in the world out there. It's not a very private house, but that's what you're stepping into starting on February 20th. That's when really the pulse of the month for March is starting, because we are going to have a new moon in Pisces that's going to be at 1 degree. And so I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to share this screen with you guys so that you can kind of see what I am talking about. So right here, you see the sun and the moon already have transited a couple of degrees away, but on February 20th is when the pulse is starting. This is going to be in your career house, the world house, the house that's quite public. It's your role, though, and you as a person, as a leader, or it can have to do with sort of administrative work. Oftentimes, when I have a transit through this house, there's some kind of administrative or some kind of organizational thing that is involved here. You could be dealing with this as well. All of the stuff that I'm mentioning are themes. These are opportunities. Nothing in astrology holds just power over you. There is a fine balance between, you choosing things and also some of the themes that are coming up. And it's a conversation we're engaging into. Everything is an opportunity. I just wanted to say that real quick. Okay. So what is happening this month is that there is a renewal of faith that is on the rise, and also an inspiration. It's quite inspiring, actually, everything that is happening during this month, because the 1 degree in Pisces is a renewal in faith. It's a renewal in our, beliefs as far as the meaning of things. And so at 1 degree in the house of career, this is you standing back up to gain some clarity. Really, that's what it is. Now, Neptune has been here in your 10th house, kind of dissolving some things and making them a little bit confusing at times, but you have been working your way through any confusion. That's what it looks like. Neptune at 24 degrees will move up to 25 degrees in the month of March. This is going to happen, between, let's take a look here. Just got to take a look at my stuff. So yeah, between the 1st and around the 19th, that's when you're going to start to really work out anything else that is sort of in your space that's confusing about your career, maybe feeling like you don't know where things are headed. But now that energy should be moving forward, should kind of ease up a little bit more, because whenever we have a planet in a particular sign changing degrees, there is a new sense and a new shift. Sometimes it's minor, but sometimes that minor thing is a really big thing that we have been sort of waiting for. At 24, this is a very receptive energy. Neptune here with that new moon in the 10th house. You've been having to maybe observe a lot more, being more the observer in your career, with situations and other people that are part of your career field. That has been at times a little bit confusing, and you just kind of having a challenge to not know where things are going, or not being able to kind of predict for yourself, like, this is where things are headed. And it's been just a lot of weird, maybe behaviors on other people that you had not thought that they would kind of behave this way. Things like this are themes of Neptune in the 10th house. And so it can be cloudy at times, but that cloudiness is moving out now because we're shifting into a different degree. When Neptune comes into 25 degrees, which is going to be mid-month of March 2023 for you guys, this is when you're going to start to realize, okay, that thing that you've been wondering about, there's clarity around it now. 25 is a very highly, this is fate type of, a degree. And it sums up to 7. 7 always has to do with the truth. It always has to do with something that clears up within yourself, that you start to realize, okay, I am really feeling empowered by this. Whenever we gain clarity in something, it's just really empowering, brings clarity in. And that is what I'm seeing for many of you in your career. That is something that is going to, looks like it's going to occur this month, that you are going to start to have that kind of clarity, which I'm very excited for you. With that also comes the next thing I want to talk about. There is a lot of ambition or sort of a mental clarity and a mental energy that is going to be on the rise for many of you when it comes to your bigger picture point of view, because you have Mercury in the 9th house transiting through Aquarius, really opening up a conversation now about your mind, setting your goals on a particular vision for yourself, and also just a conversation that feels very different and feels very more aligned with who you are at this time. And these conversations have to do with the big picture point of view. It has to do with things that align with your belief. Mercury is going to form a trine to Mars. Mars has been in your first house since August of 2022. This has been a 7-month transit. It's a long time for Mars to be in the first house, but consider that this has been a reboot in how you want to apply your energy, how you use your energy to interact on the day-to-day, how you want to use your body, how you want to use your energy, just taking a look at yourself from a different kind of perspective. You've been working on a lot of things when it comes to that. Mars and Gemini in the first house, that's a lot of, rethinking of how you portray yourself, but then also how you kind of land and impact, the world around you, and then also on a larger scale. So all of this ties into it by you basically saying there's a new mental energy that I can really tap into here. And there's a new bigger picture, and my life is taking me in a new direction. And this is new because Mars is going to move out of Gemini into a second house of money when it leaves on the 19th. This is when you will have sort of realized that everything that you have been resetting about yourself, how you portray yourself, how you use your energy, how you feel most vitality, even in your body, all of these things are going to come together, bringing you into a new sort of inspired space moving forward. There's a sense of moving forward that many of you, I see that you're going to be experiencing during the month of March of 2023. Now, I do want to go back to Mars, though, by letting you know that that is going to be a highlight this month, right? Mars has been in Gemini in your sign. Undoubtedly, this has been a big influence for many of you for a while. So Mars in the first house, this is going to be a time now where there is an upswing in energy that you could be experiencing mid-month, okay? This upswing is going to come with Mars having this last sort of conversation with the Sun Mars square at 26 degrees from March 15th to the 17th. That's when they're going to be the most exact. You will be feeling that energy before and a little bit after. What is this energy all about? The Sun is going to be in your career house, and Mars is in the house of the self, you, who you are. This is going to be you overcoming an aspect about yourself that has been quite annoying you. You may have been feeling like, there are moments where people either don't get you, or you're not able to, be more free in the way in which you're moving, in the way in which you're doing things. This also ties into Uranus. I just want to quickly mention this. Uranus in the 12th house may kind of bring up things about yourself, especially this month, where you are having to take a look a little bit more inward. And hear me out on this, because Uranus in Taurus in the 12th house. This is you understanding what signals you send out to other people that maybe you have not been aware of, but now you're going to become a little bit more aware of it this month, because that square in the very beginning, February 20th, when the pulse of the month is starting, there is going to be a Mercury square that is happening to Uranus. Uranus is activated here. You are going to start to realize that there are some things that you have to pay attention to that you weren't aware of before. There is sort of this new, mental sort of capacity to take a look at things that have to do with the bigger picture. But then also, how does all of this really flow with that Mars and Gemini in the first house, with your energy, with your vitality and your ambitions, and how you really use your energy to, get things done, or to interact, or to, just how you portray yourself and how you impact other people, essentially in your career as well. So because the highlight is on career, Mars is helping you to overcome an aspect of yourself that has a lot to do with you really standing up for yourself and what it is that you're believing in, but doing it in a way that is a little bit more grounded. And that is going to be key here, because there is a key event that I do believe that is going to come up mid-month of March of 2023 for many of the Geminis, that allows for you to finally clear the air in your career, okay? Where you may feel like that you're being misunderstood, but it is going to shape the way that people view you, and you may gain more autonomy because of it. You also may gain more respect because of it. That is the opportunity that I'm seeing here. You got to speak what's on your mind and really do it in a very direct fashion. That is what I'm seeing here, because otherwise this could turn into a fear that you are not able to, communicate the way that you want to, or some kind of fears that come up that you're not going to be able to make sense to other people. These fears, that could kind of come up. But again, it's just a fear. It's false evidence appearing real. You are to take that action with that Mars and Gemini, that last action where the sun supports for you to really step into a more clear light with your career goals, with your ambitions, where you stand up for yourself and you finally clear the air and you confront things in a way where other people are understanding you in a way that they have not seen you like that before. And that's what I believe that the opportunity is here. Of course, nothing crazy, right? But you're just addressing things and dealing with them and allowing people to see you with your struggles as well is a very, supportive thing here. The sun is supporting for you to be seen in a new light, to renew your faith, for other people to also understand, what you need to step into as far as like leadership for yourself, or what you need to do for yourself. If you are in a role where you are a decision maker in your career, then this is going to be extremely helpful for you to understand where you might let tension build up, where you send the wrong signal to people and then people misunderstand you. And then as a result, they start acting in a way that is just so weird. I think that there is sort of a clarity now that starts to step in here. There's also an opportunity for you to make gains. If you are in a particular career where you're looking to advance, you could be having this advancement that comes in by you just firmly standing for what it is that you're really looking to do, looking to achieve. This has to do with achievements as well. The 10th house has a lot to do with that. And so that is the opportunity for many of you, okay? Completing this, breaking through onto the other side, Mars squares, that is a lot of energy for us to get into the action, get things done. It's an upswing in energy, staying disciplined, staying in your lane, and also standing up for yourself. That is the key aspect. What do I believe that this entire month is actually really all about when it comes to your career? I think that by the time that this month is sort of finishing out, many of you will have learned something really, really important about yourself that has to do with inner knowingness, right? When you know something that is rising up, paying attention to that, using that as a way to empower yourself will bring you also more acceptance about what you actually feel interacting with other people, what you want in your career, that clarity, I think could be huge. And not waiting. That is a big ordeal right now, okay? Not waiting on making room for career advancements, not waiting to speak up or firmly stand up for yourself. These are the types of results you could see by the time that this particular, transit is coming, full circle. Okay. And so things can feel like kind of final in a way, but that finality has a lot to do with our other transits that we can't get into everything, right? But Saturn is going to make a shift mid-month, and then also Pluto is shifting. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but things could feel final, things could feel like, okay, this is feeling final, and things are feeling different now, and accepting this part about yourself will allow for you to sort of, adjust to career advancements or achievements or shifts in general in your career and how you view your career. There is a clarity that can really set in if you're opening up the conversation about everything I just mentioned. So I wanted to just say thank you so much for everyone who is listening. If you are here for the first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Alan Sky. I'm an astrologer and numerologist. I had too much coffee. I can't talk right now. I'm just trying to like speed through it or something. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoy these types of reports. There's more of these types of reports that I put out onto my channel. I focus a lot on the degrees. If you like it, subscribe, hang out, and I am going to see you guys back here in my next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how this month is unfolding for you. You can always leave me a comment in the comment section below. Bye.